At first glance, you might think this is a game handheld with a big screen. But once you get started, you will find that this is also a high-performance portable computer. And this is the 8-inch large-screen PC game handheld AEX launched by AOK. If you want to play 3A games at a good frame rate anywhere, then get to know this AOKZOE AEX in this video. AOKZOE A1X is equipped with an 8-inch 1920x1200 resolution DC dimming high brush Genshin impact. I tested the screen using Starscream and DS Playcal. Its color gamut volume reaches 106.3% sRGB. The brightness is 505 nits. It can be said that this is a screen with good display effect and brightness. The front of the fuselage adopts a new generation of capacitive rocker with 900s return rate. The AOKZOE keys and cross keys are pressed lightly. Flexibility is moderate. At the same time, the key surface of the cross key also adopts a slight arc design. Turbo button on the lower right corner of the front. Short press to protect the front end of the player center. Here you can quickly set the operating performance of the device, fan mode, etc. And also supports protecting in the game. Long press to exit the game library. You can configure key mapping and other settings for the device. Top shoulder keys and trigger keys. The pressing force is also moderate. However, the trigger button is extended by 1.3 mm due to its tail, forming an oblique angle. Can achieve the effect of making the fingertips fit better. There is also an RGB light on the front near the top and supports setting different lighting effects. The grip on the back of the fuselage adopts ergonomic design concept. The hole is large enough and moves naturally. Can bring a good grip. There is a button and interface at the top. There are two interfaces and a TF card slot at the bottom. It is worth mentioning that the AOK Link interface in the middle. You can connect an external graphics card to further improve the performance of your device. Although there is no official statement, but I feel that the body shell should use an anti-fingerprint coating. After playing for a long time, there is no fingerprint collector on the fuselage either. I have it with my AOKZOE AMD Ryzen A9 X370 processor, 30 TB of memory and ONEB hard drive. My hardware review using Masterloo. Its score is around 1.4 million points. It can be described as high performance. Readmarks time spy test. The graphics card score reached 3,470 points. And 2 AI large model review. The NPU score is about 290,000. Under the test of CPU-Z, single core score of 792. Multi-core reached 7,019.5 points. The reading and writing speed of the hard disk is also good. eBay seen so many test results. Now you can take a look. AOKZOE A1X U13 gaming performance. First, reduce the resolution to 120. Play Black Myth Wukong. The current game scene frame rate is 7080. If you want to adjust the high definition, the current game scene frame rate is around 40. Sometimes in order to ensure battery life, we may lower the CPU power consumption to play the game. At 15 of power consumption, playing at 120 resolution with low image quality. The current game scene frame rate is 6070. Modulate high quality. The frame rate at this time dropped to around 40. Now go to the extreme and adjust the power consumption to 10. At this time, the current game scene frame rate, according to personal standards, it is in a playable state. Basically, most 3A games, AOKZOE A1X can allocate 1200 under low image quality, etc. Play at a decent frame rate, so there won't be much testing here. 3A games can be played smoothly. Then there is no need to say more about client games. AOKZOE A1X has a large built-in 72.7 battery. Play games at full power consumption of 30 watts. Battery life is about 1.7 hours. Modulate 15 watts of power consumption to play games. At this time, the battery life has been increased to about 2.8 hours. If you usually want to play some lightweight games, at this time, you can also choose to continue downgrading power consumption. Want to play Gravity Loop? Few power consumption is enough to finish singing. Even if the battery is only 35%, it can be played for about 4.2 hours. In addition, AOKZOE AEX passes the player center front end. Bypass power supply can also be turned on. The heat dissipation design of this PC gaming handheld is also good. Adopts 3-pass heat pipe, 8-mirror army hot plate, and 71 pieces of vortex liquid. I used a Day 64 for about an hour. Single baked FPU test. The core temperature of the CPU is around 70 degrees Celsius. The hard drive temperature is only about 40 degrees Celsius. Personal feelings about the screen of AOKZOE AEX, performance, battery, and other aspects of design are all at a good level, combined with those that can enhance the gaming experience. Player center front end and game library. It's the kind of PC game handheld that can be completed in one step. But don't know why. Previous models were also launched in other colors such as white, but this one has not been released. It may not be satisfactory for those who control appearance. Okay, let's talk about the content of AOKZOE A1X first. Here is the data review. See you in the next video.